So many days me, get away from me. Always up on my own, don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone, while I ride trap on my chrome. Always up on my own, don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone, while I ride trap on my chrome. Always up on my own, don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone, while I ride around with my chrome. Always up on my own, don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone, while I ride around with my car. Trying to keep it on the true side, nigga. Laying low to play it cool now, nigga. Ass niggas on the team, I've been known to get the green ever since I was 2-5, nigga. Cool hanging out the booth, nah, nigga. Cause I ain't stunting on them. Put my whole team on so they ain't moving. When niggas doing bad, you know that they be hating on you. Keep the hoping that you fall, they be waiting on it. Bullshit get bread from the envy. Best friend, keep the bullet like enemies. When you got it, it's kind of empty. Perfect recipe to bring out your team. Looking from a bird's eye view. Learn from everything I've been through. Show up every girl if you ain't spending life with a nigga. Never let him put a dick up in you. Cause if a nigga wrong, I'ma check that shit. And when you pip along, never flex that shit. Told my son when you getting money, never take it to a bubble. Flip it up and then invest that shit. Give a lot of game to bless my kid. Gotta keep it real, that's the best shit. Gotta hear the feeling like in Texas. When I get up on the track, yeah, I wreck shit. Always up to my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride around with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride around with my chrome.
Voting ain't gonna help us, man. Marching ain't gonna help us, man. Protesting ain't gonna help us, man.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me, like me, like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead just isn't looking like me. But I try to do the right thing like SKYPE. And I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah,
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Ain't no joke, man. This shit ain't no joke. Like the boy cried wolf, I ain't blowing no smoke. You don't gotta look far to see it. Ain't no hope in this fucked up world. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I grew up in the ghetto in the middle of the streets. H-E-L-L, the belly of the beast. Thanksgiving came around, I wasn't having no feast. When the landlord talking about breaking out lease. Goddamn, what's next? I'm gonna rubber with your boy, and she did it in the text that if I couldn't have nothing that I could have, love besides love for the money and selling these drugs. Sometimes it seems like it's the only way out, but every day I'm getting older and it's getting played out. Can't end up in the pen trying to find a way out. Lord, forgive me for my sins, for my heart came out, my dad died. Biggest loss I ever had to take. He a big part of the reason I'm the man I am today. And moving on was a move I wasn't trying to make, but I got sons now, so I gotta lead them out straight. And even though success is looking unlikely, I stay mighty and pray nightly and remain doing the right thing like Spike Lee, which is hard in this life for a nigga like me. All my life I had to fight like my name's Sophia. Always had heart, never always no fear. Though I stayed in some trouble always stayed near. When you black in America, that's all you cold here, I can't lie. Some days I wanna break down and cry. For me and my people that's fighting to stay alive. Cause living ain't living when you living to survive. Guess we living in hell till the heavens arrive. Now I mean,
what it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like.
Shalom, Israel. The Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West and 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. This is the I.S.U.P.K Houston Wednesday law class. And as usual, just like every week, you understand, we're going to bring out these scriptures and laws according to what the Most High want us to do and follow. You understand? And today it's pretty much going to be like a part 2 to last week. Last week, I was supposed to get to these scriptures. You understand? We were talking about forms of fornication. Kind of got caught up in the whole homosexual aspect of the one form of fornication, which is the homosexuality. And I got to breaking down. You understand the origins of the rainbow. Sister had asked the question. You understand? We don't have any questions this week. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the lesson. So what I want to do is first I want to go and get Galatians chapter 5 verse 19. You understand? Because what we gotta understand something. You know, there's different forms of fornication. You got the physical fornication where it's like, you know what I'm saying, which is what? Go ahead. Unlawful sex. You understand? Any form of unlawful sex is like the physical form. It's like it's a physical form of fornication. Then you got a spiritual form of fornication. Can you give me? Do anybody know that? Go ahead.
Worshiping other gods.
Worshiping other gods. That's one form. Go ahead. Yeah, that's basically what the sister said. Yeah, idol worship is like, I would say that would probably be pretty much cover all. But you know, anything as far as, you know, anything that's against the Lord, you understand, starts with definitely idol worship. Idol worship and sacrificing gifts and stuff to other gods and doing that. Also, you understand, doing other things of the world that's, you know what I'm saying, like evil and wicked, like murder, and you understand, all these other abominable things to the Lord, you understand, that you're not supposed to be doing. You understand? So we're gonna get into it. Give me Galatians chapter 5, verse 19.
Book of Galatians chapter 5, verse 19.
Do you need a microphone? You do need a microphone. Go ahead. I don't need this microphone. I'm too wild without it. Whatever happened to that the microphone with the cord? All right, no sweat. Until we get that situated, you can go ahead and use that mic.
Go on. Book of Galatians chapter 5, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
That says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, meaning the things that you do of the flesh, like it's manifest, it's showing itself. You understand? You doing the things of the flesh. It's not of the Lord. You understand? Go ahead.
Go on. Which are these? Adultery.
Adultery. You understand? That's a form of fornication. That's a form of what? What type of fornication? What type of fornication? What type of fornication? Is it spiritual or is it physical? Go ahead. That's physical. Keep going.
Go on. Fornication.
Fornication, again, which is unlawful sex. Even though adultery is unlawful sex, it's, you know what I'm saying, this is like you understand, it's still reiterating fornication as a whole. You understand? Go ahead.
Go on. An example of that would be like sleeping with another nation.
Right. So that would be like a physical fornication because it's unlawful sex. You understand? You're having sex with another nation that the Lord does not want you to have sex with. So that's a physical form of fornication. Keep going.
God. Uncleanness.
Uncleanness. Now, we do understand that you can be unclean and not necessarily be breaking the law, but you can also, when you do break the law, you are unclean. You are to be separated from the nation. That's why, you understand, like uncleanness meaning you're not being righteous. You understand, in that aspect, because you can do something and be unclean until evening, do what the law requires for you to get clean, and then you'll be clean again. You understand? You had something? Right. Same thing with a sister. You know what I'm saying? A sister on her issue, she has to be separated from the congregation for a certain amount of time. You understand? Uh-huh.
And for teaching purposes, the uncleanness that we're talking about is having sex. Having sex with your real.
Well, that's not necessarily, because that's not a thing of the flesh though. So in this scripture, it's not talking about that, because if you have sex with your rib, are you committing a sin? Nah. You understand? So you'll be unclean for just the eve. You understand? You take your shower, clean your clothes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Wash your clothes, take a shower. What the scripture say? You got the scripture on it? You got the precept? No, we gotta be with it. You know what I'm saying? We need the precept. You could, you know what I'm saying? You can have sex, you just be clean, you'll be unclean until eve, take a shower, you understand, wash your clothes, and then once sundown comes, then you clean again. You understand? If you have the precept right now, no sweat, we'll get it. But yeah, so this verse is this is talking about the things of the flesh that makes you unclean, the things that make you unclean in the sense of not following the laws. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Lasciviousness.
Now, let me see if this word is in the Zondervan's. I'm not sure if it is or not. Try to get the definition of this. Give me a second. Meanwhile, y'all could you could be looking up on Google, see if we can find something now. Give me a second. I'm not sure we're gonna find it in the Zondervan's. You see anything on Google? Try to get a definition of this. Lasciviousness. Okay, so I got the definition. It says adjective, lascivious, of a person, manner, or gesture, feeling or revealing an overt and often offensive sexual desire. You understand? Lust, basically. You understand? Unlawful lusting. You lusting after, you understand, these other nations, doing something like it's an act, like it's like a gesture. It's acting in a certain manner. You understand what I'm saying? In an unlawful manner, sexually. That's what lasciviousness means. Everybody understand that? You understand? You can look it up. You just Google the word lascivious, and you can find a definition for it. Read again. It says, feeling or revealing an overt and often offensive sexual desire. I'm gonna read some of the synonyms for those because I actually didn't know what this word meant, so I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. So I'm gonna read some of the synonyms for it. It says lecherous, lewd, lustful, licentious. It's a lot here. You understand? A lot of big words. You understand? A white man like to put out there, but y'all get the point, right? We understand. All right. So and again, Wikipedia says lascivious behavior is sexual behavior or conduct that is considered crude and offensive or contrary to local moral and other standards. So, you know what I'm saying? And according to the scripture, that would be something that's not morally right according to the Bible. You understand? You're not gonna lust after little girls and like that's like like what R. Kelly do. You understand? What I mean, give me some more. Get Harvey Weinstein or whoever these, you know what I'm saying, these white men, all these other, you understand, pervert and sexual predators, you understand, lusting at the little 5 and 6-year-old girls and go ahead, little boys too, you understand? Huh? Who? Woody Allen. He did what? Good night. You understand? Good night. You understand? All that type of stuff, you understand, is like you having these type of lust, you understand, that's lasciviousness. What? You got something you want to say? Jerry Sandusky, is that the one, Penn State? One of them, right? Yeah. Where he was, they was molesting the boys at the school, at the football team or something like that. Yeah, man. Man, it's just that, but that type of behavior, you understand? That's fornication, you understand? That's what this scripture is talking about. Keep going.
Verse 20. Idolatry, witchcraft.
Idolatry, you understand, right? Idolatry, the worship of other gods. Witchcraft, you understand? You think you can do magic. You got some of our brothers and sisters out of, it's real heavy in Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? Come from over there in the West Indies, man. You understand? Come from over there in the Islands, man, where they used to do voodoo and all this other black magic and all this other crap. You understand that they think that's witchcraft. What's another form of witchcraft that's local that we probably used to do? Go ahead.
Manufacturing drugs.
Right, cooking up dope. You understand? Whipping up the dope on the stove. That's witchcraft. You understand? You seen them cartoons with the witch got the big old pot. You understand? Big old giant pot of whatever the hell she put in it, chicken foot and dog hairs and everything else up in there. And she just whipping it up. You understand? That's what you doing over that stove. When you put a little bit of baking soda in there, put the little water, you understand? Watch it bubble up. So like it. You understand what I'm saying? And then you get to whipping it. You understand? You got to flip it over a little bit, put some ice cubes in. I don't want to give you know what I'm saying? I don't, you understand? I don't want to give you the recipe or nothing, but you understand? These are the things we used to do in the world, and some of us are still doing in the world. That's witchcraft. You understand? You are doing something, taking something, altering the state of it, and changing it, and it's witchcraft. You get the point, right? All right, keep going.
Murderers.
So murderer. So like we are verse above that.
Witchcraft. Hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Variance.
Hatred. Variance. You understand? Hatred. You hate your brother. You understand? If you out here hating your brother, you understand that's a form of fornication of the spirit. You understand? You are fornicating against the Lord. What is the second greatest commandment? Go ahead. Lie. I mean, yes, but give me the whole thing. Go ahead, Yupa. You want to come back to you? You ready for it? All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love your neighbor as yourself. That is the second greatest commandment. You understand? You have hatred towards your brother. That is fornicating. That's the works of the flesh. You understand? That's spiritual fornication. Variance. What's variance? I'd be surprised if y'all get this. Nobody? Variance is when you're trying to set differences amongst each other. Like you are at odds with your brother. You understand? Hatred. Same thing is almost as like hatred. You have variance. You know what I'm saying? You're at odds with your brother. You understand? Or you're trying to put a wedge in between the love you and your brother supposed to have. You understand? You're setting yourself at variance with your brothers and your sisters. You understand? Go ahead. The Lord don't like separation amongst each other. You do understand it, right? He wants us to separate from the other nations. So variance is like you're trying to separate from your people. You're trying to be different. So these Christians and fake Israelites or whatever y'all want to call them, they're at variance with you know what I'm saying, their brothers and sisters. Why? Because they're not in the one body. You understand? They hate us. This is the prime example of what the Lord is talking about in these scriptures. It's them that is them doing the works of the flesh. You understand? They hate their brothers, so that they teach a whole different doctrine. They make memes and videos and everything coming up against Commander General YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K. That is not of the Lord. You get the point. You don't see brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. Going out our way to set variance with our brothers. You understand? Now we call out that damn conscious community. You understand? We call them out, and we call out Christian pastors, mostly more so Christian pastors than anybody coming up against this Bible. We call them out, but we don't go out our way to try to, because at the end of the day, Commander General YAHANNA still, even though that they are setting themselves apart, you understand, the Commander General YAHANNA still, you know what I'm saying, reached out and said, hey, you brothers can still have an opportunity to come join this one body. You understand? He issued the order. You understand? All camps come together. Come under this one umbrella. You understand? Come in this one body. You start over from like a baby, born again. You understand? You come in you become a trooper, a student, then a trooper, then an officer. You understand? Bring the sisters in the school. You understand? We can be one nation. The Commander General YAHANNA already did that. They, you know what I'm saying? At that point, nobody gonna beg nobody to come and troop. We don't want no cowards. You understand? Keep going.
Emulations.
Wrath.
Strife. Seditions. Heresy.
Heresy. That's a big one. You understand? Heresy. You understand? What everything you hear ain't always, you understand, like the truth. You understand? Go to next verse.
Come. Verse 21. Envyings. Murderers.
Drunkenness. Now, why does it say drunkenness? Can't you? It's lawful to drink, ain't it? So why does the scripture say drunkenness? As a thing of the flesh. Go ahead.
Some person would abuse it.
Right. You're abusing it. You're not in your right. How can you be vigilant if you are full of alcohol? You can't even move. You don't even understand what the hell you at. Your world is spinning. You understand? How the hell you gonna, like, how is it possible that you can, teach the word of the Lord? How is it possible that you can, be here for your people, you know what I'm saying, but you drunk? That is not possible. You need to be alert. You got to be vigilant. You at all times, you understand, anything can happen. You can't be drunk. You can drink. There's a difference drinking and abusing. You understand? You don't need to abuse anything. The Lord is against that. Go ahead.
Revelings and such like.
And anything of those matters. Anything that we've named. Anything in that manner. You understand? Go ahead.
Of the which I tell you before.
As I told you, hey, this ain't nothing new. The scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. You understand? This has been told before. Go ahead.
As I have also told you in time past.
Same thing, you know what I'm saying, that you've been told in times past. Go ahead.
That they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
You doing these things that this scripture just listed? If you're doing any of these things, you understand, any type of form of wickedness, form of fornication, whether it's spiritual or physical, you understand, you will not inherit the kingdom of the Lord. That's what the Bible says. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy 7:3. So here's a form of fornication, what the brother asked, brought out earlier. You had something?
One of those unlawful things was the fornication to the spirit, was sedition. And I got the definition.
Go ahead, read it.
Conduct or speech enticing people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch.
Right. So you out here teaching, you understand, false doctrines. You out here teaching against this scripture. You're teaching against One West. You understand? These teachers that you teaching are not of the scriptures, are not of One West. You teaching that our Hispanic brothers are not our brothers. That's what you're doing. You're coming up against, what's the word for it again?
Sedition.
Sedition. You understand? That's what that means. Go ahead and give me a Deuteronomy.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3.
Neither
shalt thou make marriages with them.
Now, this is what the brother was speaking about earlier about having sex with other nations. You understand? It says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Meaning, you're not supposed to be out here coming together with these other nations. The Lord don't want you sleeping with Becky next door or down the street. You understand? That's a dog. Let her sleep with the other dogs. You don't that's animal cruelty. You don't want to you know what I'm saying? That's bestiality. That's what that is. You sleeping with Becky is bestiality. And it's animal cruelty. You understand? We don't, just the scriptures say, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. You understand? You don't supposed to commit an act against an Edomite. And having sex with an Edomite is, you understand, it is abhorring them, because guess what? That is animal cruelty. You go have sex with a dog, you hurting that dog. You understand? That is animal cruelty. So you got sex with a white woman, the white woman is a dog. That's animal cruelty. You understand what I'm saying? That is abhorring the Edomite. Don't do that. You understand? Let her be to who she want to be. Let her stick with her people. When I was in the world, I used to hear coming up, I used to see, women of other nations and stuff used to always talk about how they rather stick with their kind and this and that. And it used to make me feel some type of way. I used to be like, well, why you don't date black guys? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? But then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how can we be mad at them for wanting their people? Let them have their people. I encourage it. If anything, stay away from them. Get out. You understand? Get out. Stay away from these other people, man. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
It's like, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Keep going.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give to his son.
You shouldn't be looking at, you understand, Becky's little daughter and saying, yeah, her and my son the same age. They grew up together, you know what I'm saying? Maybe one day, they can come together. Hell no. Why would you give your son a future priest and prophet of the Lord. You understand? A prince of the power to some damn stringy-haired dog pups. You understand? Like, you gonna give you like that. I mean, I'm just calling it what it is. When I see a white woman, that's what I see. I see a straight cocker spaniel. You understand? It's like it. I don't have no like attraction to no white people. You understand? No white woman. No other heathen either. When I see him, it's like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Now, before I came into the truth, even right before I came into the truth, I wasn't dealing with him. But I remember when I was younger, I used to, you understand, I used to deal with him or whatever. And even then, so I knew something was off. There was something weird about him. I'm like, what the hell? This just ain't work. Like, it ain't, I don't know, it don't fit me. Like, how she acting, this is an animal. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this ain't like my people. It's something weird about it. You understand? I knew something was off, so I had to stop messing with them early. I found out about it early and found out, like, hell no, I can't do it. I never did it again. You understand? And I mean, any other than that, you know, you see the Asians, ain't no way in hell. Like, what kind of Asian? I mean, she looked like a damn. She looked like a walking L. She shaped like a damn. You know them popsicle sticks, them wooden ones, the flat ones. You know what I'm talking about? One of the cheap popsicles. You understand? You get from little popsicle truck. You understand? They stiff as they flat as a damn boy. You know, and then they look like they got Down syndrome. They all look like they got Down syndrome. That's facts. Why the hell would I want to be attracted to something like that when I'm looking at my beautiful sisters? You understand? They got that melanin. I'm talking about shining in the sun. It's just so beautiful. I mean, from all different shades. I personally like them darker. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's just something about that chocolate. You understand? But of all our women of all colors are so beautiful, man. Like, how the hell they got the shape? You understand? You clearly see even the ones that you know, maybe a little insecure about their body, that don't feel like they got something. It's still something there. You understand what I'm saying? It's still there. And you can work with it. You understand? You see them damn other nations, man. You be like, damn, what the hell? Look like a booty been sucked in. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Look like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I just keep it real, man. Look like they've been, you know, constipated for like a week. You know what I'm saying? They trying to hold it in. They don't know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's how these other nations, you know, appear to me. It's just not attractive. You understand? Go ahead.
I want to say that this scripture heavy for me brought it out because like some of our people that come up in society, you know, say they'll move to Sugar Land or you know, what I'm saying, they'll put their children in better environments, so-called better environments, and it's like a mixed multitude. You know, we got Asians, you got white people, but they really kind of like push their children towards white people. You know what I'm saying? To white children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Learn from them, look at them.
Right.
You know, and you should be like them. They seem like a good person.
Well, you know why that is why you understand. Do you know the reason for that? Go ahead. Definitely Martin Luther King, you understand? But not just that, but Christianity, man. Christianity is white supremacy at its highest regard. And the reason why I say that is why? Because you go into a church, right? Who do you see hanging up on the cross? Go ahead, young man.
Caesar Borgia.
You see a white man, but Christ is black. But you see a white man hanging up on the cross. They're worshiping white prophets, not worshiping, or they probably Christianity do worship. They worship Mary. You understand? But they bring out the prophets as if they were white people. If you look at any original, not original, how I want to put it. If you look at any standard Last Supper picture, unless you go get this picture specifically made for you and modified black, they're gonna come out white. They're white. Like if you go through any picture Bibles or anything, all these pictures be white people with stringy hair. So guess what? You're gonna automatically feel inferior to white people because all these prominent people that you read about in the Bible in your mind consciously are white because this is what you grew up learning. This is what you grew up seeing. You understand? So with that, even them cartoons, they don't come out with cartoons with why? Okay, why come on the Ten Commandments? Anybody y'all seen the Ten Commandments? The little cartoon that they usually have every year around Christmas time. When have y'all ever seen a Black Ten Commandments movie, a cartoon? Every time I watch the Ten Commandments, it's always white children, white Jesus, white. You know what I'm saying? He got the little robe on, the little pedophile robe with the little cane. You understand what I'm saying? With the sheep, with the lamb. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Am I lying? You know what I'm saying? Stringy hair, beard, brown beard, coming all the way down to the damn. You understand what I'm saying? And stringy hair, brunette. You understand? That's how they portray Christ to us. That's how they portrayed the other prophets. Peter come out of nowhere. He got his little robe on too. They all look like a whole goddamn band of pedophiles. You understand? Look, they all look like old dude off a Family Guy. Hubert or whatever the hell his name is. You understand? I forget his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He be trying to get Chris all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You understand? He trying to get him in the yard to get the newspaper. Trying to get him in the house. That's how they all look. Look like they all got a robe on, just like that. You understand? That's what they portray to you, man. So guess what? You're gonna see that. You're gonna if the greatest man, which is a black man, to ever walk the earth, is portrayed to be white, you're automatically gonna feel inferior because guess what? You didn't walk perfect. You know you're not. Well, okay, you can be perfect. We can be perfect. I don't want to teach that. We in the world look at ourselves as not perfect, right? We look at Christ and we know his walk. We, you know what I'm saying? We know what he done, the miracles he performed, the sin that he never committed. You understand? So we know he walked perfect. So if they portray this human being, this man, to be a white man who never sinned and always walked perfect, and Job, and he was a perfect and upright man, and all these other prophets that you see, David, white. You understand what I'm saying? Job, white. Peter, white. Paul, white. Christ, white. You understand? Guess what? It is white supremacy. You're going to feel, as a black man, feel inferior to them. You're going to look at them and like, damn, I can't even touch the, you know what I'm saying? I can't even, like, I could never fit those shoes. Like, it don't even fit me. Only white people can do that. So naturally, you're going to automatically feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's why they look at it like that. Go ahead.
One of the Texas babies was Mel Gibson played for the Passion of Christ.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, every movie, you've never seen a black Jesus. But the real Jesus is black. You see what I'm saying? How the hell you gonna get a white man to play a black man? That just don't, you know what I'm saying? The Last Samurai. All these movies, you understand? Like everything that you try to, you know, cowboys and all of that, like this was black people. But you getting white people to portray these people. So that's why it's white supremacy at its the highest form. You understand? Is that, go ahead. Is that you done too? Go ahead.
I wanted to ask a question, sir, on the
Give him the microphone if you could.
On what you were saying regarding the Moabites looking at down something. Would that come from Lot having relations with his daughters?
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? It's right there. I mean, how do you get Down syndrome? You know what I'm saying? Looking kids. That's because you incest. You understand? And now they got a whole nation of incest looking. You understand? Like that's exactly what it is. All right. What we was at? Oh, we still on 3, right? Go ahead. We don't do Deuteronomy 7 and 3 if y'all. I don't know. Go ahead.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
You shouldn't be trying to look after their daughters, want their daughters with your children, and you shouldn't be teaching your children to want their daughters or their sons, or you know what I'm saying, telling your son, you know what I'm saying, vice versa. You don't want, let them people marry their own kind. Let them do what they do. You understand? You build up your nation, our nation, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Go ahead. But why though? Is it because we hate? Is it because I just hate the color white? Is it because I just hate the Asians just because they look like they got Down syndrome? No. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we shouldn't mess with these other nations. We're going to bring it out. Keep going.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
They will do what?
They will turn away thy son from following me.
That's why. That's why the Lord wants us to separate from these other nations. That's why the Lord don't want us to marry these other nations. It's very simple. The Lord is a very jealous God. And one of the main forms of spiritual fornication is idol worship or worshiping another God. And guess what? If you start marrying these other nations, which is a physical fornication, then you start committing the spiritual fornication, which is serving their God. Have y'all ever seen, some of y'all may have family members or know somebody, friends or something, that dated another race, right? Let's say, let's not use Edomite, let's not use white, let's say whether it's Asian color. Okay, I can use an example of myself. My sister, you understand, she went out her race and dated, you know what I'm saying, an Asian guy. So my nephew is Asian. You understand? My nephew is a damn Moabite. But that's my nephew. I still love him. I mean, that ain't gonna change. You understand? I still go visit. When I visit him, you know, I treat him like a nephew. Of course, I would never bring him to an event or a high holy day because he's just not allowed. You understand? And you know, as far as in the end, you understand, whatever happens to the Moabites, it will happen to him too. I mean, but you know, there will be at least a little bit more mercy towards the Moabite versus the maybe I would say for sure the Edomite. They gotta go. I mean, let's just, you know what I'm saying, they gotta go. You understand? But the Moabites, I would say maybe even the Ishmaelites, man, because you know what I'm saying, like they had a direct the Africans, the Ishmaelites, and the Edomites had like a real direct hand in our slave trade. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Ishmaelite, what did the Ishmaelites do concerning the slave trade? Go ahead, young man.
They rounded us up, put us on the boats, or gathered us to sail to the islands.
Go ahead, Ron. They made the ships. They built the ship that got us over here. And they made sure damn well they built it sturdy enough too. That was a long expedition. You don't know. So they made sure we was gonna come over here. You understand what I'm saying? They took part and they had a hand in taking part directly into our slavery. What did we know what the Africans, you understand, the Africans did? They made the treaty with the white man to sell us. And we definitely know what the white man did. You understand? That's why they got to get it the worst of all. And they still doing it. You understand? The white man got to go not only because they oppressed us and put us in slavery and did us so dirty. They do everybody dirty. They went back on the treaty with the Africans. They went back, any treaty that they've made, when have they kept a like treaty? You understand? They're going to take it by force. They're going to come to y'all nice, and then whenever they got the upper hand, they're going to take it by force. That's what they did to the Native Americans. You understand? We're going into a whole nother lesson, though. But that's the point, though. That's why they got to go. They got to get wiped off the face of the earth. And in due time, they will. You understand? But the example came down to, you know, my sister dating you understand, a Moabite or whatever, having a marriage with a Moabite. So as a result, now I have a Moabite nephew. And guess what? Guess what she started doing when she started dating this Moabite? Go ahead. You see, you laughing because she know my sister. Y'all don't know, this is real. She knows my sister, so she knows. She started doing what? She started speaking. I mean, good night. You understand what I'm saying? She come around, get the. I'm like, what the hell you saying? I don't know. You're starting to look different too. You understand? Your eyes starting to slant a little bit. I don't know what's going on with you. You understand? You're starting to look a little different. You're sounding different. You come around eating lao mein noodles and all types of. You understand what I'm saying? Octopus and all. I'm like, what the hell? This ain't my sister. You know what I'm saying? I know what a sister I grew up with. This ain't her. But that's what happens. You start taking on their culture. Because guess what? They're not going to take your culture. You know what I'm saying? They set in their ways. These other nations, you can't take them away from their culture, man. And if you do, it's very rare. It's very, very rare that you'll find like, okay, for especially Moabite or East Indian, you understand? It's very rare. You might get one East Indian that may rebel against her family, but guess what? She know the consequences of that. They would never, ever talk to her again, ever. They would never deal with her again. I know a prime example of a brother dating an East Indian. Her family don't mess with her. And they own gas stations and everything else. Got a lot of money, but they don't mess with her. Because they are set in their culture. And if you go against that, you have shunned the family. That's how we should be. That's how we should be. I mean, I can't get mad at that. Because guess what? You date, if any of my kids decide to, I don't know you. If you go date, if I find out that you are out here messing with any of these other nations, you're not my child. I don't know you. You understand? Because you have blatantly went against the not only my house, and the rules of my house, but you went against the Most High, which trumps that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep the law. So my house is gonna reflect the laws of the Bible. And you going against that, I don't know you. I'm just gonna keep it real. You understand? Because you're gonna be doing all types of wickedness and witchcraft and black magic and all this other crap that they be doing, eating octopus and whatever the hell, snails and all this other crap that they eat. You understand? You're gonna take on their culture. That's what happens because you getting love, you love them, and they're gonna persuade you. That's what the Bible says. These ain't my word. Read it again. Read verse 4.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
They are gonna turn away your child. They're gonna do that. It just happens. The Bible said, and I'm a witness to it. I've seen it. Is there some more on that? Go ahead.
That they may serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods. That's the whole purpose of it. You understand? That's why we are not to be mixing and mingling with these other nations. All right, so for time's sake, let me move on. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 22 and 23. You understand? We're going to bring out a physical form of fornication, which is rape. You understand? And what is rape? By definition. You can paraphrase it or you can look it up on Google if y'all got it. Go ahead, Ron. Oh, go ahead, Yapa.
When you force, when you sexually force another person or another person to have sex.
Right. When the act of forcefully, you know what I'm saying, the act of sexual interaction forcefully. You understand? Forcing someone to interact with you sexually. Now, it don't necessarily have to be, you know what I'm saying, you actually, you know what I'm saying, having sex. It could be anything, but you forcing that person to sexually consent to something that they don't want to consent to. That's rape. You understand? So give her a hand for that. Most High in Christ. See, I teach my scriptures say train the child in the way they should grow. You know what I'm saying? When they get old, they'll never depart. And my kids know what's up. You understand? But that's rape. So we're gonna bring out in the scriptures. Now, it was two instances. We're gonna bring it out. Go ahead, give me Deuteronomy 22 and 23.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city of I.S.U.P.K.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 24. Then ye shall bring them both out into the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they die.
Mm-hmm.
But the damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among them.
Okay, so now this is actually this is adultery. So like, give me verse 23. We'll come back to that.
Verse 23?
I mean 24.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 24.
Salaki. 25.
Verse 25?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field,
mm-hmm.
and the man force her.
And the man what?
Force her.
You understand, right? So the word force is used to describe this act. Force is what is rape? Right. You understand the act of forcing someone to have sexual consent, forcing sexual consent on somebody that don't want it, forcing somebody to do a sexual act that they don't want to do. That's rape. This scripture specifically says, but if a man find the betrothed damsel in the field and the man force her, you understand? Now, just because this and a man force her, don't think that only rape can come from a man. Women can force a man too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know it's kind of like weird in the day of time where we think like, man, if a woman forced me, I mean, I'm with it. You understand? Or you know how some of us think like that. You understand? But it does happen, and we do need to actually bring awareness to that. It can happen on either side, and if it's happening to you, then don't be what's the word? Don't be afraid to, you know what I'm saying, come out with it, like, you know, get counsel for that, because it can happen on both sides. You know, society looks at it like, oh yeah, if a man do it, it's automatically rape. But if a woman do it, oh man, you can give us some, man. Stop playing. You know, woo, woo. You see what I'm saying? But why come you ain't telling the woman that when the man is forcing her? man, get that man something. You don't know. It's going to automatically be looked at as rape. You get the point, right? So if a woman is forcing a man to do something that he don't want to do sexually, that's rape. Go ahead.
It's a heavy point to bring out because usually that happens like when an adult woman with teenage or younger males, you know what I'm saying, like sexual sexual actions.
Damn right.
Young boys, and then they change their life because
it
wasn't really
right. Or you understand, some of our parents out here are wicked. You understand? Take the kids and force them to do things at a young age because they may hit a certain age where, you know, the mom, if she's a single mother, she may think her son has reached a certain age to where, yeah, you know, I can give my son a lap dance or I can get him some head, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know, at a young age. But, you know, brothers and sisters do that with their children. You know what I'm saying? Especially more so with the male children. You know, the mothers do that, you know what I'm saying? You forcing your child to do something sexually. That stripper or who the hell you get doing that to that child, that's rape. You understand? We get the point, right? It does happen. So let's not look at it like it don't. All right. So now it says the man force her. Now I'm saying that, I'm repeating that because I want y'all to remember that. Because there's another scripture that talks about it, that talks about this, but it doesn't use that word force. All right. So now read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. So
if a brother rape a woman, he gonna die. You understand? He should be stoned to death, and that should happen. You understand? I mean, death should come upon that man. You know. But now, drop down to 28.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 28.
And that's why we got the law class. You understand? We bring out the law. And this is the difference because some people don't understand the scriptures, so they'll bring out verse 28 and say, well, this means that they raped her too. When we just clearly brought out the scripture that says force, right? Now let's read 28. Let's see if it sounds the same. Go ahead.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her.
And did what?
And lay hold on her.
Now, when they see that, they say, lay hold on her. Wait a minute. Ain't that rape? But that's not what the scripture's talking about. It say lay. Did it say force? It say lay hold on her. Now, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out, you understand, when you finna have a sexual act, it's a lot of grabbing and touching and, you know what I'm saying? And it may be a little aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Our sisters like that. I mean, I'll just keep it real. You understand? Our sisters, you don't want to, you know, it's not always, how can I put it? It's not always a timid thing. You understand? It could get a little rough. You understand? And it says he lay hold on her. He had a nice firm grip. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put it that way. You understand? But it didn't say he forced her. It says and lay hold on her. Keep going.
And lie with her.
And lie with her. What does lie with her mean? Go ahead.
To engage in relations.
Right. They wrestle. You understand? they wrestle. You understand? And they lie hold on her and lie with her. Go ahead.
And they be found. Verse 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel spotted 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife.
She shall what?
Be his wife.
She shall be his wife. That's another scripture that brings out sex is marriage. He lied with her. They wrestled. You understand? In a sexual way. And guess what? As a result, he had to come to that father. Why you had to go to the father? Go ahead.
Because that's his property, sir.
So, like, you say that again?
The damsel is the father's property.
The damsel is the father's property. That's his daughter. You understand? Now, he already laid with her, though. That means she already became his wife the moment that they laid together. But why did he have to go to the father and give the father 50 shekels of silver? Go ahead.
Because he married her without the father's permission.
He married her without the father's consent. We give our daughters away in Israel. You understand? That's our culture. We have prearranged marriages where we give our children away. Y'all don't just sneak around and, you know what I'm saying? It can happen. So if it happens, this is what you got to do. You got to come to that father now and pay that dowry. You understand? Because you took his daughter. That was his property. Now she's your property. But as a result of not doing it the proper way, this is biblical. This is the law. This ain't like you understand, oh, I'm gonna just do it as a kind gesture. No, this is what the script, this is law. You understand? We have a law where you come to that father first. You understand? If you want his daughter. That's why if you want any one of these women in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA that's not married, you understand? You got to go to Commander General YAHANNA because that's their father. You get they are his daughters. So if you want them, you got to come to him and, you know, ask permission to court and pay the dowry or whatever they require you to do. You know what I'm saying? That dowry may require you to attend 100 classes. You got to do it. Attend 100 camps or whatever. You understand? I don't know. I've never, you know, courted a sister in the school. I don't know. But I'm just saying there is a dowry. This is biblical. You understand? And whatever that is, whatever Commander General and the generals come up with, you got to do it. If you want to. You know what I mean? Look at Jacob wanted Rachel bad. You know what I'm saying? Better than I ever wanted a woman. I'm be honest. He wanted her bad. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I wanted some women very bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm like, man, I got to do whatever I got to do for her. But Jacob, he wanted Rachel so bad. This man, listen, this man gave her 14 years of his life. You understand what I'm saying? Hard labor for that. You understand? He got a 2-for-1, but still, we ain't gonna go into all that. You understand? But he got what he wanted in the end. You understand? So now it says he laid hold on her, but it didn't say he forced, right? So now we do understand the difference between rape and consent, but you know, it may have been a little rough. You know what I'm saying? He laid hold on her. How is she gonna, you know what I'm saying? How is she gonna make it happen? It's just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that was, and that's why we know it's not rape in that verse, because afterwards they both came to the, well, he came to the father, gave the father 50. If he raped the daughter, if he come to the father will kill him. He ain't gonna even live. Because we just seen the verse above where it said, but if a man find the betrothed damsel in the field and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. So you know that's the punishment for committing that sin. You're gonna die. So that's how we know in verse 28 it wasn't rape, because he would have died. You're gonna die in verse 25, you're gonna die in verse 28 if that's the case. No matter when it is. If you rape, you die. You get the point, right? All right, now give me Exodus chapter 20, let's see, 22, verse 16. Try to see if I can find another example of when a brother entices a woman. I think this is it, chapter 22. Verse 16.
Book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So again, so now just like in the last verse I brought you, this is a precept for that. It says, and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her. So that's what that lay hold on her means. It's like you spitting game. You might put an arm around her. What's up, bro? You know what I mean? You doing good? You know, I know you peeping me. I'm peeping you. Let's go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, do what we do. You get the point, right? You understand? And it's the same thing. He's spitting game, entice. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, even though he may now, he doing it without the father's permission, it could happen. You understand what I'm saying? We don't encourage it. It's definitely not encouraged. That's not the right thing to do. But it could happen. You understand? Now, he spit game to her. She been peeping him. You know what I'm saying? He may be scared to come to the father. She may be scared for him to come to the father. Because some fathers like myself, you understand, may not be so easy to come to. You understand, in those situations. Go ahead.
Just a quick question, sir. Is that the difference between permissive law and perfect law?
I don't understand the question.
So like you said, it's not the best thing to do, but it's not unlawful.
Right. Okay. Now, it's not, I wouldn't use it as a term like permissive law and perfect law, because law is law, no matter what. And where there's no law, there is no sin. So now, in this instance, it happened, right? It wasn't unlawful. It wasn't an unlawful act for him to go outside of the father. It's not something that you want to do. It's okay. How can I put? It's culture. It's culture to come to the father first. That is, this man has raised her from birth. to be this virtuous woman, this virtuous daughter that, you know what I'm saying, that any man would be, I ain't gonna say lucky, because I'm pretty sure the brother that get her would be a righteous man that would deserve her. You understand? But no, any ordinary man could have this woman, right? To like, if he was just an ordinary man, a man of the world, like she would be beyond him, like meaning like she's raised to be for a priest and prophet of the Lord. Like he ain't gonna get no back talk. He gonna be con out of one con. It's gonna food gonna be ready. Like everything gonna be done perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Without you ain't gonna have to correct. It's gonna come already ready. Marriage ready. You understand? Out the box. So with that being said, it's not wise, nor is it in our culture to do that. It has happened. So I'm not going to say it's not biblical, like it hasn't happened, but it's just not that's not what we're teaching. You understand? We're not teaching to do that. Don't do it. Don't go outside that father. Go to that father if she has a father. You understand? And if she don't, she got men over her. So go to those men above her. You understand? And then you'll appreciate it more. When it's a gift. When you go and you ask for it and it's something you want, and you ask for it and you earn and you are deemed worthy to have it, you understand? It's even more desirable. You understand what I'm saying? If you just go slide on the side and you can spit game and get it, it's not as desirable anymore. It's not as, you don't feel that sense of appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that easy. I could just slide over. You know what I'm saying? But if you come to the father and the father deems you worthy, that's gonna make you feel like, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get to doing this, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a sense of like, kind of like when you answer a question right and General Hyman say, well done. It's that sense of approval. You're gonna be like, man, you for the rest of the day, you feeling yourself now. You everybody tell you, oh, I see you, boy, you got that well done from General Hyman. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get your props, you're gonna like, it's a sense of accomplishment. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how we want to do it. That's how we're teaching everybody that's listening to class. Do not slide in the DMs. Don't go, because that's against the school for sure. You and I.S.U.P.K, the Commander Junior Hunter, you will get checked for that. Now that's a school rule. You understand? So if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like we understand what the Bible says. It's not necessarily a law, but you still have rules to follow. We do things a certain way. And we do things according to our culture. You sliding in the DMs, you're gonna get checked. Because I'm telling you right now, y'all think y'all got the most masterful game. The whole while the sister is playing a bigger game on you. She's screenshotting everything, and she is gonna send it to the generals. It's gonna get out. She's gonna send it to somebody, and that somebody's gonna get it to somebody that's gonna get it to the generals. They will find out. Ain't no secrets. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna come out. So go ahead.
Any point that you bring back, I want to add to it that the father knows his daughter best. You know, he raises his daughter, you know what I'm saying, to be a one woman, you know what I'm saying, a one woman, you know what I'm saying, like
one man woman.
Right, that's what I'm trying to
say.
You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna show her every aspect. You know, he might feel like his daughter is not ready to court. You know, he's gonna feel like maybe she's not
right. He knows. Right. What you're saying, what the brother is saying basically is, you know what I'm saying, that the father knows best for his daughter. The father knows when she's ready for marriage, when she's not ready, the father even knows the type of man that'll be fit for her, because he knows her. He knows how he is. So if he's raising her a certain way, it's gonna be a certain brother. Not every brother's the same, even though we follow in one ideology and we all have one doctrine that we follow, we all are one body. Each brother still have their own personality. We ain't robots in here. Everybody got their own personality. If you watch classes, I teach different from another brother. Brother may teach different. Now, I pull a lot of things from different brothers when I'm teaching, but I still have my own way of bringing it out. Some people may look at my class like, oh, no, that's too boring. Let me flip to I.S.U.P.K Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Officer Capone. The way he bring it out, I like to listen to him. And I even, you know what I'm saying? I look certain brothers, I watch a class and be like, yeah, I like how this brother bringing it. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. You understand? Some brothers have different, you know, everybody have different personalities, right? So with that being said, you can bring it, no sweat. You good. Everybody have different personalities. So with that being said, that brother is gonna know which brother or which, you know what I'm saying, priest and prophet may be good for his daughter. That's why there's prearranged marriages. because he knows the father. And he knows how that father is raising his son to be. So he like, okay, yeah, your son would probably fit how I'm raising my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Not every, like, and then you want to get that as close as possible. So when they marry, it won't be no, I ain't really want this. You know what I'm saying? You know what's best for your child. That father knows what's best for his child. Y'all come together. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Talk about it. You tell him certain things, how you raising her and what she's doing, coming up in the world, accomplishments. He tell you about certain accomplishments. You like, yeah, they gonna, that's, you know, the father talk to the daughter too. You got to understand something. There's a relationship between the father and his daughter. The daughter, do you know that the father is the first man that the daughter fall in love with? We do understand it, right? A father is the first man that a daughter feels that sense of love with. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that's a relationship there. So they're gonna have a strong relationship. He gonna talk. I know with me, I'm gonna talk to my daughter. I'm gonna know what type of man she, you know what I'm saying, gonna want. Like we have that discussion. Those men that don't have those type of discussions with their daughter, they may be a little insecure. I don't really know. I feel like every black man should have that type of relationship with their daughter, because don't be afraid of it. As much as I'm strict as I am, as much as I don't really want to hear about marriage right now with my child, you understand, with my children, I don't really want to hear about it. I don't want to think about no men and none of that. But you can't shy away from these conversations, especially in this day and age. You can't shy away from the actual marriage. I do know what marriage is, right? When I say marriage, you can't shy away from those conversations with your daughter when she reaches a certain age. You can't, because society is out teaching your children. Do you want society to teach your children, or do you want to teach your children? You know what's best for them. So you know what I'm saying? It's up for you to decide. Me personally, I'm not going to let society teach mine. I'm going to teach mine. We're going to have all the uncomfortable talks that we need to talk, get it out the way, you understand? And we're going to handle it as such. So I know what's best for my child. So yeah, what the brother said is exactly right. You understand? You going on the side, spitting game, and she may fall for it because she's young. She don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Like it just happens. Then y'all get married. Then next thing you know, you've been calling General Hyman. You'll be calling me, like calling the father. Man, you know what I'm saying? Your daughter, she be, why you shouldn't have went outside? You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have this in place. So it's not necessarily a sin, but it's no, just don't do it. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, back to what I was saying. You do understand where I'm coming from now. All right, no sweat. So it says, if a man entice a maid, meaning spit game to her, that's not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So once he lay with her, she become his wife. Now guess what? Here's what you was talking about. Verse 17. Read verse 17 for me.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
If her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
So now the father can refuse to give the daughter, right? He can refuse. That don't mean it don't happen. Once that man lay with her, that's his wife. You can't do nothing else about it. That's his wife. So now the father may be like, man, hell no, man, I ain't want her marrying that knucklehead. You understand? But guess what? That's now his wife. Now you have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't accept it, you have to pay money as the father. That's what's, read it again.
If her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
He shall pay money. You understand? You get the point. Go ahead.
So is that dowry 50 shekels of silver?
The dowry of virgins, that's a question I mean, I can't really at the moment answer. I can have an answer for you next week, for sure. I don't want to, as y'all know, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't answer questions that we're not 100% sure on. So I would have to go get counsel and find out the exact what the dowry of virgins is, and I have the answer for sure for you next week. And it looked like I have the rest of the lesson for y'all next week as well, because with that, I'm actually end it there. So now let me finish breaking down the scripture though. So now with the father, now that's why, and this is why it's not a good thing to do to go outside the father, because now you're gonna have a disgruntled. It's like it's setting a discord between not only him and the father, but his daughter and the father. Like she's gonna have a problem with her. He's gonna have a problem with her, and he's gonna have a problem with the brother that she married. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that type of discord in Israel. We supposed to love each other, man. We supposed to be on one accord, one body. You're not supposed to sneak behind this brother back. That's not brotherhood. You get the point, right? Christ didn't die for you to be sneaking behind a brother back. So that's why anytime, you understand, like I give an example. Just recently, I received a friend's request from a sister of a brother that's in the school. Now, this brother told me, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not going to say no names. This brother told me that, or told, you know, multiple officers that this sister had committed adultery against him. Last he heard that she committed adultery. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? She was done with him. He moved on. He asked his brothers to, you know, delete her, you know, block her, whatever. I don't know necessarily if I blocked her. I don't know if he even asked for her to be blocked. But the point is, he asked for us to disregard her. And me being a brother, you understand? This is his rib. Why would I want to keep ties with her when this is my brother? You understand what I'm saying? If he's not dealing with her no more, what I'm gonna keep ties with her? I ain't dealing with her. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't that I'm not trying to be a brother to her or like trying to cause discord among, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if this brother come to me and say, listen, this rib, she was committed adultery, she not in the school, she left the school, whatever, just delete her. You understand what I'm saying? I would respect that brother's wishes. I would delete that sister because obviously if you commit adultery, you worldly anyway. And I don't want to be brothers and friends on Facebook with no worldly woman or man. You understand? So I'm a deleter. So now recently the sister, you understand, I recognized the face. The name was different, but I recognized the face. I'm like, what the hell? I'm getting a friend's request from her for. I clearly, and my memory bad, but when it comes to stuff like this, it's serious like this, I remember. So when I seen, I say, you know what? Hey, that's such and such, you know, rib or ex-rib or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? Let me inbox him. Let me see how he feel about this friend's request, whether I should accept it or not. That's being a brother. You coming to this man I already requested, you understand, hey, don't deal with my rib or don't, you know what I'm saying, friend her, whatever. So I went to this brother. I said, how you feel about this? I said, I remember you telling me the sister committed adultery, woo woo. I sent him a picture of a screenshot of the friend's request. And he said, this is what he said. He said, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. Is, you know, you can, if you want to accept it, you can accept it. If not, you don't have to. But the last I heard, this sister committed adultery, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, say no more. I don't want to accept a friend's request. If you my brother, I care about how my brother feels. You understand what I'm saying? If his rib want to fall off the bandwagon, fall off the wagon, you understand? No disrespect to the sis. That's why you stay on the wagon. This give you perfect reason to stay on. Don't, because when it comes down to it, I'm gonna respect my brother's wishes. I'm not gonna be unbrotherly to him and be all inboxing his rib. That's what niggas in the world do. That's not brotherly. You understand? A nigga in the world will be like, oh yeah, she committed adultery. All right, brother, I got you. Hey man, say what's up, sis, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? If that nigga, yeah, man, I could. What happened, man? He wasn't being a good brother to you. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like some GOCC, crap. You know what I'm saying? IUIC crap. That's what these brothers will do. You understand what I'm saying? They'll talk to your wife or your ex-wife or whatever. They'll talk to your wife. Why you knocking? Like they don't care about that. I look at that like, man, this man knocking her down. Why would I want to enter in this man's wife? You know what I'm saying? Like, just thinking like that. That's not only is it homosexual, but it's just unbrotherly. You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all probably like, homosexual. How is that? This man is digging into this box every night or every other night or whatever, and you want to think to go behind him? Like, nah, that's homosexual. That's some type of fantasy that you got. It's nasty, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's nasty. It's disgusting. Be a brother to your brothers, man. You understand? And with that, man, pay your tithes to the men of the Lord. www.isupk.com. Make sure you pay your tithes. You understand? Click the donation link. Those tithes go to, you understand, helping this nation build, man. When the white man kingdom fall, we have to build our own nation that we got to depend on. We got to grow crops. We got to feed each other. We got to clothe each other. We got to be there for each other. We have to have hospitals. We got to have our own communities when the white man, health system fall. All of this stuff is going to collapse one day. And when this stuff collapses, we need to have our own system in place that black people can get help, the help they need in the empire and our empire. We are praying for the kingdom of heaven to come here on earth. You understand? We're going to live the kingdom here on earth. With that being said, we need resources. We need money. We need all these things. We need healthcare. We need our own stuff, not depending on the white man. You get the point, right? So with that, pay your tithes, man. It's very important. You understand? We just celebrated the Feast of First Fruits, where, you understand, the Lord's required this 10% of you. And you should give more if you can. You understand? Because this tithe don't go to any one individual so that they can gain. This goes to the nation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a living witness. Commander General YAHANNA does like a tremendous amount for this nation. Everything he could be riding around. He could have a jet right now if he wanted. You know what I'm saying? If the Commander General Hunter wanted to be like these other, you know what I'm saying, fake Israelite Christian pastors, whatever, he could have a jet, he Rolls Royce or whatever. Commander General Hunter don't drive around in that. Why? Because he don't take the tithe money. He could. The tithe money is for the priests. You understand? He could do whatever with the money if he wanted to. But guess what? He gives back to the community. He feeds the homeless. He clothes the people. You understand? He makes us how we got buildings, we got air conditioning. Just what, like maybe a year, not even a year ago, like I think before October or September last year, we was in a hot garage teaching class. We got air conditioning now. You understand what I'm saying? But thanks to Commander General Hunter. So Most High in Christ for that. With that being said, I'm gonna pass the class over to Trooper Ron for the security announcement.
We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has a particular interest in a particular person, Salaki, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Mayasharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is the memorial blowing of the trumpets, which is Friday of the 7th month, which is Saturday, September 28, 2019, out of the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And these are the security announcements.
All right, shalom to the brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. To the sisters, shalom Yahweh Shemala Tabah Shem Yahshua.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner is my brother.